In our video, Vitamins, Minerals, and Amino Acids, we expanded upon the critical effects of nutrients on metabolism. Nutrients should be provided through food sources, which are the best sources to acquire all the nutrients needed for optimum health if the food sources are of high quality. Unfortunately, chronic herbicide and pesticide use in agriculture and corporate-controlled agricultural practices are present in today's world, creating many health problems in society. In our video, are your supplements safe? Chemical exposure in our food supply clearly shows that additional supplementation is needed for individuals, especially children and teens, so that they may reach their health and growth goals. In 2023, according to USA Facts team data showed between 2019 and 2021, the percentage of high school teens experiencing persistent feelings of hopelessness and sadness increased from 37% to 42%, continuing a decade-long trend of declining mental health among young people. Although this CDC data mentions many causes for these risks, it never mentions poor quality and inaccessibility to high-quality food necessary to provide the nutrients needed for a healthy, functioning, and growing brain. In an article in the Harvard Health blog, Nutritional Psychiatry, Your Brain on Food, September 18, 2022, Eva Selhub, MD, clearly shows your brain requires a constant supply of fuel. That fuel comes from the foods you eat. And what's in that fuel makes all the difference. Put simply, what you eat directly affects the structure and function of your brain and, ultimately, your mood. Unfortunately, just like an expensive car, your brain can be damaged if you ingest anything other than premium fuel. If substances from low-premium fuel, such as what you get from processed or refined foods, get to the brain, it has little ability to get rid of them. Diets high in refined sugars, for example, are harmful to the brain. In addition to worsening your body's regulation of insulin, they also promote inflammation and oxidative stress. Multiple studies have found a correlation between a diet high in refined sugars and impaired brain function, and even a worsening of symptoms of mood disorders, such as depression. Fast foods, high-sugar beverages, and beverages containing sugar substitutes are commonly consumed regularly and harm our brain function. Our Are Your Supplements Safe video clearly shows that not only is our food supply compromised, but so is our supplement product production, with companies producing subpar and possibly dangerous supplements. In this video, we want to show the superior quality of the Hydrex supplement formula, its nutrient status, and its capability to allow individuals to increase and reach their health goals throughout life. Let's dive in and break down the nutrients contained in Hydrex. The synergistic makeup of Hydrex provides remarkable results that are not found in any other supplement. It took 6 years of clinical research to put together all the necessary and complementary nutrients contained in Hydrex. Then, more clinical testing was conducted to ensure no sensitivities occurred among consumers. Hydrex micronutrients include magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, vitamin E, and activated B vitamins riboflavin B2, pyridoxine B6, and folic acid as patented 5-MeThF. Hydrex's comprehensive design has enhanced the stability, solubility, and bioavailability of necessary nutrients to support individuals with certain genetic variations such as MTHFR genotypes, which is a genetic variation in folate metabolism common in up to 60% of the population. This is a genetic variation or polymorphism that comes from either one or both parents. This genetic SNP makes detoxification among this group difficult. The folate in Hydrex is quadrafolic, a patented folate used in Hydrex to ensure healthy detoxification occurs despite any genetic defect. Let's talk about AGEs, which are advanced glycation end products. These cross-links create inflammatory conditions that damage tissues, such as the eye's lens and the endothelial cell layer of blood vessels, which, according to the Cleveland Clinic, endothelium is a single layer of cells that line your blood vessels and help them contract and relax. According to Springer-Ling article, Lipid Glycation and Protein Glycation in Diabetes and Atherosclerosis, published October 19, 2010. AGEs may play a role in the development of diabetic complications. Hydrex contains B6 pyridoxine, which has known anti-glycation effects. According to the Mayo Clinic, vitamin B6 pyridoxine is important for normal brain development and for keeping the nervous system and immune system healthy. It goes on to say conditions that prevent the small intestine from absorbing nutrients from foods, malabsorption syndromes, are more likely to be vitamin B6 deficient. Certain autoimmune disorders, some epilepsy medications, and alcohol dependence also can lead to vitamin B6 deficiency. B6 deficiency can cause a condition in which you don't have enough healthy red blood cells to carry adequate oxygen to your body's tissues, anemia, confusion, depression, and a weakened immune system. Here are a few more comments from the Mayo Clinic on morning sickness. Vitamin B6 can reduce the severity of morning sickness during pregnancy. If you have persistent nausea and vomiting, your pregnancy care provider might prescribe vitamin B6 supplements. There is evidence regarding premenstrual syndrome, or PMS, that vitamin B6 might reduce symptoms of PMS. However, these studies are considered low quality. Vitamin B6 is effective at treating sideroblastic anemia, which is a genetic type of anemia. Vitamin B6 supplements are also effective for treating a genetic form of anemia and for preventing an adverse reaction to certain antibiotics. The bioavailable forms of B vitamins B6, 5-MTHF, which is methyl tetrahydrofolate, along with glycine, an amino acid, help support amino acid conjugation, which is mentioned in our vitamin mineral amino acid videos. These elements are essential not only for cellular support, but also for healthy detoxification for the liver to detox xenobiotics and xenoestrogens, which are cancer-causing estrogen mimics. Certain pesticides are considered estrogen mimics. The importance of magnesium cannot be understated. Insufficiency of magnesium is implicated in a wide range of health concerns, including those that affect the brain. Many magnesium forms have low bioavailability. Dimagnesium malate contained in Hydrex has a high absorption rate, especially when in liquid form. Magnesium citrate was added as well. According to the NIH article, Magnesium Metabolism and Its Disorders by R. Swaminathan in May 2003 states magnesium is the fourth most abundant cation in the body and plays an important physiological role in many of its functions. Magnesium deficiency is a common problem in hospital patients with a prevalence of about 10%. The article goes on to state that magnesium deficiency can cause a wide variety of symptoms, including but not limited to cardiac and neurological manifestations. Chronically low magnesium has been associated with a number of chronic diseases, including diabetes, hypertension, coronary heart disease, and osteoporosis. By competing with calcium for membrane binding sites, and by stimulating calcium sequestration by the sarcoplasmic reticulum, the sarcoplasmic reticulum constitutes the main intracellular calcium stored in striated muscle and plays an important role in the regulation of excitation-contraction of muscle. Magnesium helps to maintain a low resting intracellular free calcium ion concentration, which is important in many cellular functions. The electrical properties of membranes and their permeability characteristics are also affected by magnesium. The article states that magnesium has important effects on the cardiovascular system. It affects myocardial contractility by influencing the intracellular calcium concentration and the electrical activity of myocardial cells, which are heart cells and the specialized conducting system of the heart, by its ability to influence the movement of ions such as sodium, potassium, and calcium across the sarcolemmal membrane. Magnesium may also affect the vascular smooth muscle tone. Magnesium has a key role in many other important biological processes, such as cellular energy metabolism, cell replication, and protein synthesis. This author's statement clearly explains the importance of magnesium. Arginine, an amino acid in Hydrex, is critical for muscle protein synthesis in both young and especially older adults. Arginine amino acids are especially needed in response to stress or during rapid growth in teens. Arginine affects nitric oxide levels, as explained in our amino acid video. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, improves blood flow, and has a stimulatory effect on muscle protein synthesis. It is known to control ureagenesis, which is the urea cycle and the primary metabolic pathway involved in the removal of nitrogenous waste produced from the breakdown of protein and other nitrogen-containing compounds. Scientists describe taurine as one of the most essential substances in the body. Food sources contain little taurine, and as we age, synthesis decreases.
Taurine accounts for about 50% of the free amino acids in cardiac tissue. Therefore, taurine deficiencies can result in heart arrhythmia. Taurine is a potent antioxidant and neurotransmitter for the central nervous system. Taurine affects insulin sensitivity and glucose utilization and proper utilization of minerals such as calcium. Taurine affects cell membrane stability, balances water content, and supports eye health. Taurine is involved in immune system modulation, bile salt formation, and liver function required for fat-soluble vitamin and fat absorption. Taurine is also known to scavenge hypochlorite ions. Thus, a shortage of taurine after bacterial or viral infections or exposure to xenobiotics so common in our food chain is crucial to our health. Chlorines, chlorite, alcohol, and their broken-down derivatives called aldehydes can result in excessive inflammation and chemical sensitivity. Taurine is essential for the retention and metabolism of intracellular magnesium and potassium. Carnosine amino acid is predominantly found in red meat. A typical meal will provide 250 milligrams of carnosine, but it is quickly degraded by the carnosinase enzyme. This means that carnosine should be readily replaced daily. According to an article published online June 28, 2021 by PubMed Central. The article called Carnosine, Small but Mighty, Prospect of Use as Functional Ingredient for Functional Food Formulation shows the importance of carnosine. The article states carnosine is found in high concentrations in the brain, muscle, and gastrointestinal tissues of humans, and is present in all vertebrates. Carnosine has a number of beneficial antioxidant properties. For example, carnosine scavenges reactive oxygen species, ROS, as well as alpha-beta unsaturated aldehydes created by peroxidation of fatty acid cell membranes during oxidative stress. Carnosine can oppose glycation, and it can chelate, which means it removes divaluant metal ions. Carnosine alleviates diabetic nephropathy by protecting podocyte and mesangial cells, which can slow down aging. The NIH Library of Medicine published online 2022 March 23rd. This article, Interactions between podocytes, mesangial cells, and glomerular endothelial cells in glomerular diseases. The NIH states the importance of protecting these cells is to prevent kidney damage and glomerular diseases. Carnosine's component beta-alanine is particularly interesting as a dietary supplement for athletes because it increases muscle with carnosine, improving the effectiveness of exercise, stimulation, and contraction in muscles. It is an integral part of different tissues in all vertebrates, while plants do not contain it at all. This is particularly important for individuals on a vegetarian-type dietary regime. The article further states carnosine, and especially in combination with vitamin E, both of which are in Hydrex, protects against doxorubicin-induced toxicity in the heart, liver, and kidney tissues of rats, according to the National Library of Medicine. Doxorubicin appears to induce toxic damage to the mitochondria of cardiomyocytes. Therefore, due to its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-glycation, anti-ischemic, and chelating roles in the body, carnosine may be useful in treating cardiovascular diseases. Let's look at the amino acid glycine. According to WebMD, glycine contained in Hydrex has numerous benefits. As an amino acid, glycine contributes to cellular growth and health. Glycine may help the body in multiple ways, including the following: decreases oxidative stress. Glycine is one of the amino acids essential to the body's synthesis of the antioxidant glutathione. Cells produce glutathione in order to fight free radicals that can otherwise cause oxidative stress and damage cells, proteins, and DNA. As the body ages, its ability to naturally synthesize glutathione is decreased, but this ability can be restored through supplementation with glycine and cysteine, as mentioned in our amino acid video. Glycine also improves brain and muscle performance and helps synthesize creatine. Let's go over the myths concerning caffeine, since its pure form of 95 milligrams is contained in Hydrex and in the right dose can be beneficial. In an article by the NIH National Library of Medicine, published online 2010 August 25th, called Caffeine's Vascular Mechanisms of Action, clearly shows the benefit of small amounts of caffeine and its positive effects on endothelial vascular tissue. It acts both as a vasodilator and vasoconstrictor, affecting blood flow. The article states that caffeine is a xanthine with various effects and mechanisms of action in vascular tissue. Endothelial cells increase intracellular calcium, stimulating the production of nitric oxide through the expression of the endothelial nitric oxide synthase enzyme, which is very important to healthy vascular function. It goes on to say that nitric oxide is diffused to the vascular smooth muscle cell to produce an accumulation of C-AMP and vasodilation. It is shown that caffeine has some cardiovascular properties and effects that could be considered beneficial. It's important to note how important multiple specific nutrients, not available in many supplements, are to be consumed with caffeine. And high doses of caffeine are not recommended and not needed in excess. The right dose with the right nutrients creates the environment for health. It must be understood, as with any food substance, that coffee has to undergo numerous processes to be produced from the bean into coffee drinks. Coffee beans can be highly detrimental to our health if they are not organic. It also noted genetic polymorphisms, meaning genetic variations in metabolic health and inhibition of cytochrome. P450 enzymes are common which affect liver detoxification capability. This is why the 5-MTHF, as well as other B vitamin components, are so important to maintaining healthy liver function and therefore supporting the detoxification process. Individual, weight, sex, and the presence of hepatic diseases will affect the clearance of caffeine. Hydrex can be beneficial because the caffeine is synergistic with the B vitamins, especially the folic acid 5-MTHF in Hydrex. We have found once individuals begin using Hydrex, they no longer want or crave their coffee. The overall nutritional support gives their cells what they need, which coffee never can. More than ever, Hydrex plays a crucial role in age groups from teens to older individuals to help maintain strength and stamina, especially during exercise. Our goal is to fill the nutritional gaps our food system creates, which cannot supply the necessary nutrients needed for a healthy lifestyle. Fast food among young teens is now the norm, particularly in low-income neighborhoods. For 10 years, Hydrex has demonstrated positive health effects among patient populations. It is now available to the public. It is evident that the synergy of micro and macronutrients, along with needed minerals and specific amino acids, makes Hydrex the most beneficial supplement available. Hydrex is low glycemic and uses the only FDA-approved form of stevia. There are no artificial ingredients, only natural lemon-lime flavorings in our Hydrex formula. Hydrex is gluten-free, non-GMO, and is a low-dose supplement. Our company has acquired full CGMP NSF compliance, along with a certificate of analysis from an award-winning lab, proving the purity of our ingredients. An affordable formula for everyone that can be carried with you and simply added to water. 38 years of clinical experience have produced Hydrex, which is now available to you and your family. We believe the results will speak for themselves.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. Our products and more content can be found at hydrexsupplements.com.